Time for another round of true or false with Sona, my trusty assistant. I don't know what I mean by trusty, to be honest with you.
You say it a lot, and I'm just gonna.
Trusty usually means you're trustworthy. I do think you're a trustworthy person.
Yes.
I think you're a moral, ethical person.
I am,
but I don't trust you to do the things I ask you to do.
Okay,
so that's different.
But that's
not your fault.
That is an awful
no,
thing
it's not. I don't
for you to say to me.
Would you trust you? If you were me.
If I was you.
Yes. And you had been through all the experiences. I've been with you and I told you to do something. Would you trust Sona to do it?
Yes.
Liar.
I'm just going to say yes.
Liar.
You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing is that you're making it impossible for me to ever get another job. And I resent you for that a little bit.
I don't think you ever want another job.
Yeah, I like this job.
Yeah. Unless a job opened up at Disneyland.
Oh, I'd take that.
If your job was managing a restaurant at Disneyland where they served alcohol.
Yeah.
And you got to do all the rides for free and cut to the front of the line. I think you would take that job.
I'd take it.
I used to work at Disneyland.
Oh, wait a minute.
Did?
Oh, yeah. Gorley raises his well-trimmed, bearded face. What's up, pal?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Don't come at me. Don't you dare come at me. So you worked at Disneyland.
I did. Among many other things, I was a talking trash can.
What?
Oh, my God. What? You know what? That was going to be my first guess. No. What do you mean a talking trash can?
There was a thing called Push the Talking Trash Can, which was looked like a normal metal trash can, with the push flap.
Yep.
But it was a state-of-the-art, $30,000 robot. And I would hide in a crowd among everybody else with my arm in a bag and a secret microphone in my hand, and I could control this trash can and talk to people as if it was the trash can moving around and talking to people.
So you were like a ventriloquist, but your dummy was a robot trash can.
Yeah, and that's classing it up a little.
And did you enjoy this job?
That's hard to say. It was a good job for the place I was in my life because it was a union job and it paid really well.
This is 6 months ago.
Yeah, this is right before this.
You know what would have been great is if you were doing it and you had a breakdown and really lost it on that job. And so you, as the trash can, just went off on the crowd.
I
this
did.
Place sucks.
I bawled a parent out for letting their kid kick the trash can.
Oh, what did you do? You yelled?
It also, keep in mind, it pitches your voice up. So it sounds like this cute little trash can going, why don't you control your kids? Why don't you do something about your kids?
So you were yelling at parents?
I would, and then I would go bump other trash cans and say, Sheila, don't divorce me, and things like that. And I would get in a little bit of trouble.
What does a little bit of trouble mean at
Disney? You don't have to do much to get in a little bit of trouble at Disney.
Right, because they're pretty buttoned down.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I digress. I apologize.
So it's funny. I didn't know what you were going to say when you said you had worked at Disneyland. I thought you might have been in the Hall of Presidents.
What?
Yeah, you could have been like a young, lean Garfield.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. He gets shot. In the back.
Is that a threat?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm not going to shoot you in a train station. I'm not Charles Guiteau.
Oh,
the assassin.
God.
Didn't he have a cigarette case that stopped the bullet or a Bible or something?
No, now you're confusing him with President Theodore Roosevelt, who was running for re-election. He wasn't president at the time. And the Bull Moose
What have I done?
Party.
Sona, you want to
He was giving a speech and someone tried to shoot him and
Hey, let's
go to Disneyland.
his Bible stopped the bullet. As opposed to Garfield, who was president at the time.
Jeez, I hate
and was
Mondays.
shot. He was, of course, accompanied by, fun fact,
God.
he was accompanied by Abraham Lincoln's son.
Wow, that is a fun fact.
He was accompanied, Abe Lincoln's son was walking, who was now a grown man, was walking, Robert Lincoln was walking Garfield through the train station in Washington when Charles Guiteau, a disappointed office seeker, fired a bullet into Garfield's back and cried, now Arthur is president. This is why I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
It's also why I was single.
This is why I can sleep at night.
Caught me.
You guys go on. Don't leave me behind. I'm sorry.
No, I
Sorry.
like this.
I was just owned by a talking trash can. He just owned me. Okay, Sona, let's get to it.
Well, I guess we ran out of time.
Nope, we didn't. True or false?
Right.
There's a store called Front Runner. It is in Brentwood, California.
Yeah.
They sell running supplies.
They do.
Yeah, sneakers and shorts and things that one needs when one runs. I run these days, of course.
Okay.
Can't just get a body like this.
Oh my God.
Nor would you want to. But I went to Front Runners, and I'm a hard person to fit because I'm a very tall man. An Adonis, if you will. And
oh my God.
I have very long legs, and they had some sweats there at Front Runner. By the way, Front Runner, wonderful store. They said, we don't have those, but we'll put them on hold for you. And I gave them your number.
Okay.
And then never heard from them or from you that the stuff was ready from Front Runner. So it's really funny. A couple of days ago, I am waiting to eat with my family at a sushi place, and it's one of those really good sushi places where you got to wait. That's fine. They don't care about celebrity, and I wish they did. But anyway, I'm waiting out like everyone else, just a regular citizen waiting for my sushi. And I'm sitting out front. There's a little bench, and there's a parking lot, and the Front Runner is literally about, I want to say 100 yards away in the same little strip mall area. And this guy comes up to me, as people do, and he says, "Oh, hi, Conan. I just wanted to say hi." And I go, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I think he's just going to do the standard, whatever. And he said, I'm a fan of the show. And he said, "I really love the podcast. I love the podcast." And I said, "Oh, well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that." And he said, "Yeah, I don't know if you remember this. You came into the store." His name's Caesar. Remember that?
Okay.
And he said, "My name's Caesar." And I said, "I remember you, Caesar." And he said, "Yeah, you came into the store and you tried to get some sweats, but we didn't have them. So I said to put them on order and gave me Sona's number. And then they came in and I called and I couldn't get Sona.
Oh.
But then I left a message for her, but she never called me back." And he said, "But I didn't get mad because I listened to the podcast and I know she doesn't really get back to people."
Oh my God.
He said that. He said, "I listen to the podcast, so I know she's cool, but I know she also doesn't really get back to people. So I just wanted you to know."
Yes, I do.
And she said,
"Yes, I
do." I'm just telling you what happened. He told this to me.
Caesar, you're a liar. Yes.
Caesar's a good man.
No, he's a liar.
I love Caesar.
Caesar, you're a liar.
No, Caesar's a good guy. Do not go after Caesar.
Well,
I love Caesar. Caesar's a great guy. And if you should be mad at anyone, you should find a mirror. I wasn't mad or anything. I just thought it was funny that he's now listening to the podcast.
Right.
And he's got this look into our relationship. And then he sees me sitting outside a sushi place, and he's like, "Oh yeah, those sweatpants. I called Sona, but I know from the podcast." Like, it's weird. All these
you've ruined my life.
Or
that's what this is.
Or
you've
ruined
it,
or just made it somewhat worse.
No, you've absolutely ruined.
I have not.
My life.
I have not.
If someone at a store is coming to you and is like, "I ordered your pants, but you're dumb, stupid, incompetent assistant."
No, he loves you. He doesn't think you're dumb. He knows that
I don't do my job.
No, you don't care so much about sweatpants. You have your priorities in line. You care more about the trees and birds and...
What? No. This is the thing that you're doing to me that is ruining my life.
Ruining your life. First of all, how can you say that when the reason you met your husband, who I think is the coolest guy I've ever met.
He is the coolest.
Comic-Con. You were there at Comic-Con. Conan O'Brien. Comic-Con.
Why are you bringing this up? Because you know that I have no response to this. But my point is...
I am the reason you're happily married. And so, if in exchange for that, the gift of a life of lifelong bliss with the greatest guy I've ever met is that you take a little bit of shit from Caesar at Front Runner, I think it evens out.
It's just...
Mr. Gorley, how do you come in on this one? You're sort of a Supreme Court justice here.
Am I? Oh, well, I'm sort of Kennedy, just swinging right and left. I don't know what to say here. Do you remember getting a message from Caesar?
Can I be... I don't remember that message, but I do get a lot of calls that people are like, "Hey, Conan was in the store and he needed this and it's in." And I feel like I tell you, but if it is a message, I can see me not telling you.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
I have a ruling. I am inclined to believe Sona, so I'd like to see some evidence from Caesar that he did try, in fact, to contact her. So
yeah, where's the proof?
Yeah.
Also, Gorley,
guess what? I know I go to this restaurant a lot, so I think Caesar's going to be waiting for me. And Caesar, if you're out there, he actually is. I want to make it very clear, very cool guy.
I'm sure.
I like him a lot, and he's a good man. He's kicking ass over at Front Runner. He's a good man. Mm-hmm. And if he can find sweats that cover these legs,
okay,
Jesus.
Matt, if I applied for a job and you were on the hiring committee and you listened to all the podcasts and watched the remotes, would you hire me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What if the job required her to be, present and... I would not hire you to be an eye surgeon.
You were dealing with extenuating circumstances at your prior job.
Ah, thank you. So you're saying is the problem and makes me look good because I tolerate that on a daily basis, even though he is probably the worst guy.
Well, stop saying that. People are going to believe you. I am not the worst guy.
You're not the worst guy. I don't mean that. I'm saying it as a joke, but I'm also not as bad as you say I am.
You are not. You are not. But it is. But I've said it before. I love you, Sona, and we're pals. We're besties for life.
We're practically family.
We're practically family. If I fought with you just a little more, you would be family. But
I want to see these sweatpants because I'm also picturing that they're extra long. So someone is like sewed in about 6 extra inches of a band of a different color on each leg or something.
They're just, they're Frankenpants.
Yeah.
Probably.
The real thing is, why can't you just have a normal body?
Okay, I don't like where this went at all. I do have somewhat of a disproportionate body. Very, very long legs, ladies, if you're listening, and fellas. Yeah, when I wear short shorts, that's a frightening thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a lot of calls from stores that are like those extra long pants that we never carry in store.
Right. It's always like, we were holding him for Conan, but Jeff Goldblum got him. Jeff Goldblum and I have the same body, and it's just always, whenever I go there, they're like, no, we have a pair on hold for Jeff Goldblum. Can I have him? Nope, Goldblum. He's a movie actor. He's a bigger deal than you. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, Caesar.
Yep.
The chances are I am the one who ignored him.
Please, yes. I'm glad that when you went after Caesar, that I was not going to happen.
I'm sorry.
I am more loyal to Caesar, who I've talked to for 5 minutes, than I am to Sona Movsisyan. Don't you say that about Caesar.
That's great. That makes me feel good.
Well, I win again. Over and out.
Oh, God.
Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend with Sona Movsisyan and Conan O'Brien as himself. Produced by me, Matt Gorley. Executive produced by Adam Sachs and Jeff Ross at Team Coco and Chris Bannon